So this is going to be a vlog on my monthly expense in Cebu. Expenses.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the
So the first item on here is going to be condo dues. So I pay $40 a month for condo dues, and that includes the security, includes the ground maintenance, and the pool, covers the pool, you know, so there's 3 pools there. Anyway, that's the first expense is going to be. Okay, so the second item on here is going to be electric. And on that, I'm spending $30 per month. Well, at least that's what it was this month. And I don't run the air all the time, definitely only once in a while. Yeah, so that was the second expense. And then the third expense on here is going to be water. Hello. Hello. And that came in at $8 for the month. And then the next item here is going to be the internet. Now I pay a little bit extra for high-speed internet, and that came in at $35, and it's the same every month. You know, and that's like between 300 and 400 megabytes per second. So it's like really, really fast. Now, if you just want the, you know, the slower internet, it's still going to be quick. But that slower internet's at, I believe it's 20 or 25. And yeah, still a really great deal. And it's compared to the internet that I had in the US, it's like lightning fast. You know, so I hear people complain about the internet in the Philippines, but I don't think the same. You know, the internet here, at least with this companies Converge, it's super quick. You know, so I've never had internet that fast actually before, and yeah, so it's really good. It stays on. You know, I'm really happy with the internet here. So anyway, and so the next item on here is going to be my phone. On the phone, I only pay, it was 500 pesos, so right about $9. And that gives me unlimited data. So it's a really good deal. So, yeah, $9 for the phone service. Now on the rent, I don't pay rent. Because I had purchased a small unit out here, a small condo, and you know, I don't know. To me, a lot of people say, "Oh, don't ever buy," you know, but just rent because the rents are so cheap. And you know, really, those same people will say that until those rents creep up, and then they're not so cheap. You know, so. Something to keep in mind, you know, just because things are cheap now, don't think that they're always going to be cheap. You know, so with inflation and all that good stuff, you know, you don't want to be caught retiring and still having to pay rent. You know, it's a bad move. These are my opinions. Everybody thinks differently. You know, but I can guarantee you, if I ask, you know, one of those people that say, "Oh, just rent, don't ever buy," you know, I bet 10 years from now, they'll be singing a different tune, you know? So, yeah. So anyway, if you have the ability to buy and you know you're going to stay somewhere, whether this is in, you know, whether it's in the U.S., whether you're in the U.K., it doesn't matter where you're at. I don't think it's always a good idea to purchase at some point. Don't rent your whole life. You'll regret that you did. Okay. The next item on this list is going to be groceries. On groceries, I spent $192 for the month. And, you know, that's eating really well. You know, I'll usually have salmon a couple nights during the week. And, you know, sometimes it might be hamburgers, sometimes it might be steak, but basically I eat really well. You know, it's not like I'm scraping, and yeah, I can't stress that enough. The other night I had salmon. I figured it out. Those salmon, you know, they were big pieces of salmon. They were about $6, you know, per serving. So to me, that's really good. And that's a fillet with no bones, Norwegian salmon. Yeah. Anyway, super good. You know, so yeah. So when you hear my grocery bill and eating out bill, you'll think, gosh, man, it's super expensive. But again, I'm eating well. You know, it's, I'm not watching every dime. If somebody wants to, they can cut those amounts way back. You know, way back. Especially if you eat like a local. You know, so yeah, and it's good to try the local foods because some of them are really good, and you can get them so cheap. You know, so anyway, the next item on here is going to be coffee. And so every day I go out for coffee, and you know, it's kind of my vice, I guess. But yeah, so the coffee, I spend about $90 per month, and that's having a coffee every day. You know, outside. Now, if you make your own coffee, gosh, you can just do it dirt cheap. You know, so but for me, I like to get it outside, and yeah, that's what I've done for many years. And the next item, the next item on the list would be dining out. And on that, I came in at $450 for the month. And so every day, pretty much every day, I'll eat out at least one meal. Sometimes I'll go to a really nice restaurant, you know, or I don't want to say high-end restaurant, but for instance, the other night I went to Texas Roadhouse. Fantastic food, you know, it's the same as Texas Roadhouse in California, and you're going to pay, you know, more because it's steak, it's Western food, and that's just the way it is, you know. So yeah, so anyway, my food bill dining out, I spent $450. And the next item on here is going to be entertainment. I only spend about $40 a week on entertainment, and that could be getting a massage. Usually I make it a point to get a massage every week because it's so cheap, especially compared to California. So you know, either that or maybe go golfing. Maybe go hit some golf balls. Yeah, so entertainment, depending on what your form of entertainment is, you know, now if you're somebody that likes to hit the bars and drink, man, that amount could go through the roof, you know, so I can't stress that one enough, you know, so yeah, you know, just kind of need to watch that, the entertainment one, because that could get pretty pricey. Anyway, so the next item on here would be taxis. You know, I spend $180, and that includes taxis, taking the trike. Once in a great while, I'll take a bus or a jeepney, and but most of the time, I don't know, half the time I take the trike. You know, if it's a short drive down to the local stores and that, then you know, it's $1. You know, so it's yeah, just depends. You know, sometimes I'll tip them, sometimes I don't. Anyway, yeah, $180 for taxis. The next item on my list is laundry. I do it once a week. I take it down to the laundromat. They wash it. They fold it. You know, I don't do anything. It runs about $5. So I'm spending $20 a month for laundry. And then the, you know, the last item on here is medicine. So I have a couple of different prescriptions that I take, and that worked out to $80 for the month. And then as far as medical, I'm pretty much self-insuring here. So yeah, you know, you want to, I don't know, you want to make sure you've got some kind of insurance. And yeah, so anyway, that's how that works. It's good to, you know, good to get, if you're just coming for a couple weeks or something, depending on your situation, it's good to have at least have some kind of major medical insurance. Although medical is quite a bit cheaper over here and in Thailand and Vietnam, you know, when you compare the prices to the US, it's way, way, way cheaper. So anyway, my total living costs came in at $12.94, and that's living really good, you know. So I'm not doing without. I'm eating great. You know, it's a good lifestyle, definitely compared to what my lifestyle is in California now. So anyway, hope this information's good. I tried to get everything included in here, and yeah, so it's a pretty good estimate. You know, as a rule of thumb, you know, when you come over to the Philippines, and I've said this in other videos too, make sure you've got some reserves, because if you do have some kind of medical issue or something, you know, a lot of times they want payment up front. So, and you can't say, oh, I'm just, you know, just bill me like you do in the US. It just doesn't work that way. So make sure you've got reserves. You know, don't come over without that. You know, gosh, it could end really badly for you, because there is no safety net. So I always like to stress that. No safety net, no welfare, you know, no, they just don't have it, you know. So, and maybe that's part of the reason the costs are low. I don't know. Anyway, this place is pretty nice here, you know. So it's right across the street from Seaside Mall. There's a really good walking area down here. I'm going to show you this in a second, but yeah, it's pretty nice.
Well, of course, if you're gonna jump off.
It's kind of a really overcast day here. Looks like it's gonna rain. But yeah, so they've got like little outside restaurants here along this walking area. And as you can see, this goes on and on and on here, this walking area, which is nice. And I don't know what these are over here. It's like, I just don't know what it is. It's kind of like cement with holes in. I have no clue. So if you know what that is, let me know, because I don't have a clue. Anyway, yeah, beautiful place to go. Right by here, you've got New Star Casino. There's a lot of high-end shops. And then across the street, you've got the SMC side, which is right there. All right. That's a big boat over there. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have a good day or evening wherever you are. And you know, the amounts that I gave here are accurate. Realistically, you can, you know, live over here at $1,500 a month, I think, is a good average estimate for people, you know, so it's just my opinion. So, but you know what I spend, and thanks. Have a good day or evening. Bye.